Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on notifications by clicking the bell, and leave a like on the video. We're here to remind you that on YouTube Shopping, you can get the main official Flamengo products, man, and help Flamengo. These are official products. You can get them here on YouTube Shopping or at the official stores, and you're always helping Flamengo. So I've set aside here the jersey, the Feruza kit, Black Diamonds, the Brazilian kit, Zico's kit, the official Flamengo jerseys. Man, there are all sizes available. You can find them here. And of course, you can also buy at the official online store. You can buy at Flamengo stores, try things on and everything. But by buying the official products I show here, which are all official, you really help Mengão, okay? But it's important for us to mention here that the president of Inter Milan, Beppe Marotta, categorically denied the rumors about an alleged pre-contract with Diego Simeone for next season. The information had been released by journalist Pipi Estrada on the show El Chiringuito. A very credible and well-known show before the match, but apparently it was denied, right? Before the match against Bodo Glimt in the Champions League playoffs, the director called the speculation completely false and reaffirmed his confidence in the current coach, Christian Chivu. According to Marotta, the club is satisfied with the coach's work and there is no agreement with the Atletico de Madrid manager. This could mess those guys up even in the playoffs. That's crazy. The news coming from Spain about the alleged pre-contract between us and Diego Simeone is completely false. This story is totally untrue. We are very satisfied with our coach Christian Chivu, said Marotta, the president of the Italian club, to DAZN. If Simeone's departure from Atletico de Madrid were to actually happen, Filipe Luís would emerge as one of the main favorites to take over as head coach of the Spanish team. Remember that he would have to fulfill the agreement. Some requirements would not be met at this moment for him to take charge of the Spanish team. Another situation is that he could make a move with someone signing for the position out there, suddenly signing now. The situation was denied of Simeone at Inter Milan. So it's a situation that we're always bringing updates to you, and it's important for us to bring what was denied. Simeone might leave Atletico de Madrid after 15 years. He might. The players want Filipe Luís there. They want Filipe. He could take over. No, that's the reality, I'm telling you. Guys, look, let me just bring some important information here. Flamengo released a statement, and man, most of the profiles that cover Flamengo received this list. This supposed list, this list that Flamengo denies. I'm going to bring Flamengo's statement here, which would be about possible demands, Flamengo signings, a list that supposedly leaked of possible signings and departures from Flamengo. On that list, there was Plata as a possible departure, Everton Araujo as a possible departure. As I mentioned, Flamengo will only consider negotiating the player for a very high price, as he is not on the list of negotiable players. On the list, there's Alassian, who almost left and is still in question about being negotiated or not. The president of the director over at Red Bull Bragantino said no, that it didn't move forward and all that. So the list has a lot of confirmed departures. This list that supposedly leaked in December, but honestly, anyone could have made that list with a spreadsheet and published Flamengo's list. Honestly, a lot of things on that list turned out to be true. Is there interest in Arias? I also got some information about João Gomes, that Flamengo is monitoring Wolverhampton's relegation situation and that João Gomes could be signed. And obviously, it's very difficult. Luis Henrique is the same thing, also very difficult, and Arias, all of that was on the list. Ederson, the goalkeeper, also before Flamengo signed Andrew. So there are a lot of names there, some that had even been confirmed that Flamengo was interested in. Then Gabriel Jesus, as I already told you, he refuses to play for Flamengo in Brazil. He doesn't accept it. So these are names from a list, which really is a coincidence. This list started to match because Flamengo guarantees that the list isn't true. Now, It wasn't information that only Coluna do Flamengo received. Okay, guys, I saw Flamengo's official statement and people wanting to criticize the information brought by Coluna. No, the truth is that Coluna brought it, published it, but a lot of people got this list. It was a widely shared list, spread around. Let's put it that way. And Flamengo denies that this list is official. On the list, there are possible departures, possible arrivals, and there was also the issue of Filipe Luís's contract renewal at the time. It's a list from December 2025, but according to Flamengo, it's not official. In other words, someone made this list, so it went viral. It went viral today, okay? A lot of people were criticizing, including Flamengo. It's unacceptable for a list to leak like this in 2026. Honestly, I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's nice for it to leak. A list from inside Flamengo's football department, I don't think it's right. I'm totally against this kind of leak, but Flamengo denies it. Okay, so, yeah, it's not an official list from Flamengo according to the club. Take a look. The Clube de Regatas do Flamengo clarifies that the information released this Wednesday about an alleged leaked list from the scouting department is false. The material presented does not correspond to any official or internal document from the football department. It is a forgery made by third parties. A simple preliminary check regarding the accuracy of the content with the club's communications department, as recommended by journalistic best practices, would have been enough to prevent the spread of incorrect information. Flamengo rejects the spread of false content that misleads fans and the public opinion, reinforcing its commitment to transparency and responsible communication. The club will remain vigilant regarding the spread of false information involving its name and will take appropriate measures whenever necessary. All right then, regarding this situation with Flamengo, about this list and everything else, we're bringing you the club's version here. Obviously, many fans are saying, oh, but that was true. They're releasing this statement because it shouldn't have leaked and all that, man. We have to bring Flamengo's statement, the club's official note saying that it's not true, right? We also have some important information to share with you. About Lucas Paquetá. In an interview with ESPN, Lucas Paquetá highlighted his dream of playing a final at Maracanã and his ambition for the Recopa title. I had many moments here that came close but didn't happen. Then I saw Flamengo achieving a lot, and I came to be part of that. Now it's a more solid, more successful moment, and I hope Flamengo can keep winning without a doubt. It's something I aimed for, something I dreamed of. I came back to have the chance to play a final at Maracanã. It's going to be a tough game, but we'll do everything possible and impossible to win the trophy, especially an international trophy. He lost the Copa Sudamericana in 2017, and it would be exactly a South American competition. He would be winning, and he will win on Thursday, God willing. It's important that he achieves this much desired victory and that Flamengo becomes champion. And remember, you can get this Zico jersey here on YouTube Shopping, and there are many sizes. You can get yours right now and help Flamengo. It's an official Brazilian product. You have several products you can get, like the Black Diamonds jersey, the Feruza. There are many awesome jerseys you can get right now. Also the Flamengo long sleeve, the regular jersey, the authentic jersey, all of them with customizations and patches. You can get them now on YouTube Shopping, helping the channel and especially helping Flamengo. Check out John Textor. I want to talk about this, and it already shows me that this SAF thing is really useless. It's a temporary success, but there are some that work out. They work out for the SAF owner, not for the club. The club ends up having an owner, and you root for a club that no longer belongs to you, the fans. It's owned by someone. And he mocked the Botafogo fans many times, John Textor. So I'm going to bring this up here. This information came out yesterday, and I really wanted to comment on it, because this proves the big mess, the big joke, the big scam that this whole SAF universe is. And BAP is absolutely right to fight against this. Zico is absolutely right to fight against this. We're also going to bring here a clip of ours talking about this Flamengo situation. going head to head with Zico, going head to head with the government, trying to improve the situation because they tried to push the SAF everywhere and harm Olympic sports. And then this situation with John Textor just proves even more that this SAF thing, there's no good SAF or bad SAF. It's all garbage. With everything, you're left in the hands of one guy, of a company. You sell your club, which belongs to the fans, which is the fans' greatest asset. You sell it to one guy, to a company. So look at this. John Textor, ESPN, it's ESPN. John Textor, owner of Botafogo, is removed from his position at Eagle. This news came out yesterday, but with so much news about Flamengo, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. And I want to take advantage of this whole situation with BP and Zico in the government over there in Brasilia so we can talk about this now. On Tuesday, Eagle Football Holdings officially announced that John Textor left his position on the group's board. In a document released by the French newspaper L'Equipe, the holding company, which controls clubs like Botafogo and Lyon, announced that the American businessman was removed, fired, destroyed, blasted, taken out of his position on January 27th. According to the group, Textor even tried to pull off a coup. According to Eagle, Textor tried to pull off a coup. Look how crazy this is. Hours before the Eagle board meeting, but he was not successful. The organization says that the owner of Botafogo's SF tried to fire 2 independent directors of the holding company with the support of his lawyers. After another director of Eagle, Michel Kang, and the Aries Management Investments Group informed the American he would leave his position. Look at what it means to be in the hands of one person or one company. The guy, according to Eagle, trying to pull a coup. However, the plan didn't work, and Eagle officially announced this Tuesday the immediate departure of Textor, who now has an uncertain future behind the scenes. The Aries Fund's demand. Recently, Bloomberg reported that the American fund Aries Management formally began collecting 425 million euros. 2.58 billion at the current exchange rate in reais, which led to Eagle, then led by John Textor, to buy Lyon from France in 2022. 2.5 billion Textor pursued. Textor is being pursued for 2.5 billion. So far, Aries has received only 175 million euros, 1.063 billion reais, which were passed on by the American businessman after selling his shares of Crystal Palace from England last year. In other words, he still owes about 1.5 billion. That is, he has to pay off 250 million euros, so he still owes 1.5 billion reais. According to L'Equipe, Aries has lost all hope of reaching an amicable solution with the magnate, right? And has lost all remaining trust in the magnate. Precisely because of that, he decided to take drastic action, forcing the sale of Botafogo. Still, according to the French newspaper L'Equipe, the situation involving Textor and Eagle Europe could have a direct impact on Botafogo, another team that is part of the multi-club network. That's because the businessman, before being removed on January 27 from his central position on the holdings board, took out a loan in Botafogo's name with another fund, Hulton Capital, which is not approved by the DNCG. That's the DNCG, the very entity that regulates football finances in France. The action was classified by Aries as an intolerable contractual loophole, which could have consequences in Brazil. At Botafogo, L'Equipe states that, in theory, the American fund can take legal action and appeal to the DNCG to force Eagle to sell control of its main clubs, which are Lyon, Botafogo, and Molenbeek from Belgium, with the money being used to pay off the debt incurred by Textor with the 2022 loan. Finally, the outlet points out that behind the scenes at Lyon, it is already considered certain Aries will soon take full control of the League One team, with the fund already in direct contact with the current president of the team, Michel Kang, to define the next steps of the financial restructuring. In other words, my friends, they may be forced to sell. They're going to remove Textor. Textor will be forced to step down from Botafogo. Sell the SAF to others, to someone else who might not even know if they like or want Botafogo. Sell the SAF for someone else to run the club. Because the money from selling Botafogo, that someone else will take over, will go to pay off the debt of that 1.5 billion that Textor is being charged for, which used to be 2.5. It's already at 1.5, but he's sold one club here and another there. That's the craziness, my friends. And that's it. That's what BAP and Zico went to the government for. They went there to solve it, to prevent it, because it's a dirty trick. Charging more fees, more taxes from an association club than from a SAF that's there to make money. Association clubs are there to develop athletes. Learn that.